Well, introducing Freddy. Yeah, he's leftover. You guys probably remember Wilson and his family. Well, Pig Boy's off to college. He went off and joined some community college for wayward aliens, and Princess Airhead is in and out of rehab. She's been drinking pretty good, so she's pretty got a permanent stint there. She gets out every now and then goes right back. I always find her down at the local bar down there, sitting in a corner with a beer. So she's back in rehab, and she's probably going to be there for a while. And last I heard about Wilson, he's off sailing in the South Pacific somewhere. He tried to join the crew with Gone with the Winds, and they decided that he probably wasn't going to make a good shipmate. And he has no arms and legs, so he can't pull lines, and there's no whole lot he can't do. And besides, their cat wouldn't leave him alone, so they decided that he wasn't such a good match. So I'm not sure what he's doing now. From what I understood, somebody said that he has been trying to buy his own boat. That's going to be a disaster. He'll just be out there floating around somewhere and not be able to control anything. So I don't know what he's up to. But anyway, that's Freddy. It turns out that the mothership that Wilson came from has decided that my camping areas, that they're going to shift all of their deplorables down for me to take care of. So he's all right. He's a little talkative now and then sometimes when the camera's on, he just wants to be left alone. So he doesn't eat much. He likes tadpoles. He likes to eat those, and I keep telling him that's where his brother came from, was a tadpole, Pig Boy. So I don't know. Anyway, that's kind of an update on this part. Stay tuned for part 2. It kind of dawned on me just now that with YouTube's changes, and protecting kids and all that, then this channel is not for kids. The AI has got to figure that out. They see a stuffed toy somewhere, oh, it must be for kids. Well, it's not. And you guys that have been around on my channel for a long time know that Freddy is not for kids. So anyway, I just wanted to get that straight right now. Kind of next on the agenda is the shoulder surgery and all that. It's getting better. I've been going to rehab, or not rehab, but physical therapy, and I go in not hurting too much, and I go back home in pain. So take that for whatever it's worth. It's getting better though. I'm still not able to take the sling off. I can take it off for a little while, and just let the arm hang and not try to move it or anything. And they've gotten me doing some stretching exercises and that. So it's pretty tight. It's pretty tight. It's pretty swollen yet too. So I've got another 4 weeks or so before they can get rid of the sling. It's funny too that, well, it's not so funny, but if you think about it, you take your arms for granted. You want something, you just reach out and get it. I'm left-handed. I did the surgery on my left side, my left shoulder, so it's pretty inconvenient. I'll forget sometimes and try to reach out, and boy, that hurts. And signing things, you couldn't read my signature now if you had to. Anybody could sign it, and what else? And also, there's been some comments about me not making comments or answering comments. Well, it's hard enough to type with your right hand as it is, if you're left-handed. So it's kind of the hunt and peck thing, and it just takes forever, to answer a comment. So I'm I'm reading them and I'm giving them the heart, you know, and the thumbs up and all that as much as I can. I'm not ignoring anyone. So yeah, I wanted to explain that. There's been some comments about, you know, well, you won't comment and you won't talk to me and I don't know what you're doing and I don't, you know, and you know, some of you know me that, you know, I can't be coerced and I can't be intimidated. You know, what else can I say about that? I don't work well with ultimatums, and you know, I'm just extremely introverted, and that's just the way it is. It's always been that way. So, you know, I apologize for that, but sort of, but not really. All I can say is I am watching comments and looking and stuff like that. So with me not being able to, you know, do the off-grid thing at the moment, I'm really struggling for content, and yeah, I've spent a few years doing this, you know. If I didn't have anything to say, I could always just, you know, go find a tree to sit under and just, you know, ramble away and doing stuff like that, you know, watch an alien go by or something, and on their ATVs, alien transport vehicle. Yeah, you guys remember that term. So anyway, if you guys have, you know, got some ideas that maybe I could do, and, you know, we'll hang it out at home base. For now, I fully intend to get back out there. Obviously, it's not going to be up for a little while, and well, they're starting to close the schools up in the mountains right now. It could be snow and all that. We haven't had, you know, here we go, we're just kind of rambling now. The subject's rolling and changing. We didn't get any snow. We had just a little bit, but it didn't stay. It was gone almost as soon as it hit the ground. So it's still the ground's still pretty warm yet. The rain, no more this year than last year. But anyway, yeah, content. I thought about trying to do some stories again. The way that works is, you know, I'll get a story in my head and I'll type it, you know, put it all together, edit it, and all that, and then come back and start the camera and read it. That way I'm not, you know, you know, so, you know, it's kind of a flow, even flow thing. So that's a little tough at the moment. If you guys, you know, if you have some suggestions on a voice-activated application that's free, you know, maybe I could try to do something like that. And, you know, the technology hasn't matured yet. There's some fairly good ones out there, but I've looked at them, but you still, you know, it doesn't quite get everything you say, and then you have to go back and, you know, kind of a pain. I mean, you know, but then again, you know, it's not like I don't have anything else to do. So, and the plants, they're doing good. The tomato, I've just about given up on the onions. The tomatoes plant is pretty much taking up all of my time. We've got some. I've already harvested one. It was pretty good. It was a whole lot better than at the grocery store. At least it tasted like a tomato, and not some kind of a chemical taste, you know. There's one on there now that's I got to pick today. I'll show a picture of it at the end, I guess, if you want to see that. And then, you know, it's got some green ones on there that they're doing okay. The blooms, they're blooming, and they're starting to spread their leaves, but there's nothing coming in. You know, there's no tomato coming on them. So I'm not sure what's going on there. It might, you know, I don't know. I try to maintain the same temperature between 70 and 75 degrees in the shed all the time, and I've got a humidifier over there that keeps the humidity around 50%. It gets a little dry here in the winter, so, you know, I run that. You know, I'm trying to do everything they can that they like, so, yeah, right now they're just fighting me, so. The cilantro is hit and miss. It starts to grow and turn green, and then it doesn't. So, you know, I would think by now, I've had some cilantro plants before outside, and boy, they get bushy and big and quick, you know. but these aren't doing so well. Maybe it's the kratky thing, you know, in the mason jar. I don't know. I started a cherry tomato. It grew really good for just a little while, and then it just kind of quit. The lettuce is gone. It's too warm for the lettuce. So. Anyway, yeah, there's some big old plans for that. I've been watching some videos. TKO, I want to mention her. She's excuse me. She's really good at what she does. She grows plants indoors and that. She uses the kratky and the aquaponics and all that. She's got some tomato plants that are just covered with tomatoes, and I haven't quite figured out what she does. I've asked her a couple of times, but she's pretty busy too, so yeah, maybe she doesn't, you know, answer all of the comments. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna do some potatoes. I'm gonna get those in some 5-gallon buckets, and pickling cucumbers. I've got those in a package right now, and you know, some bush beans and that. I'm just kind of procrastinating until, you know, I can do something with my shoulder. I'm not so limited with my movements and that. The property that Cheryl owns, the house is at one level. It's actually 2 properties, and in this area of town that we live, it's everything's built on a hill. So the house, where the house sits on that property, is about a foot higher than the other part. So her brother's talking about he's going to get some fill dirt and you know, fill it all in, make it all one level property. We're going to have to move the shed, so I'm a little bit reluctant to get too far ahead of it. I don't, you know, it's going to be tough. He says he can get a power forklift in here and lift the whole thing up and set it up on the upper top part of the property. So you know, like I said, I don't want to get, you know, so it's too much to try to move. And then when the property gets all leveled, we're going to put the shed up towards the front of the property and move the motorhome up there too. So it'll, you know, I'll just have my own little separate area up there, and it'll just kind of be an open. The rest of it will be like an open field. So I'm trying to let me plant some stuff over there. But right now she's saying no, she doesn't want all that stuff. So what can I say? I haven't put enough gas in her broom lately. I think she's upset about that. So I think that's just about it. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.